I like the maintenance guys around here. You'd never thought we had a windstorm. And there was like roofing flying off the building last night.
Yeah. I really, like, people talk about how, oh, your rent's so kind of high. I don't know if I could do that. It's worth it. Because we have a really nice place to live.
Oh wait, there's a branch right there.
Oh no.
So, yeah. Like the power flickered a little bit, so I had to put on yesterday's. I should go on today and make sure that the annotations are done.
Yeah.
Because I can't I cannot add annotations. There's a lot of the similar syllables there. Yeah, I had to put it onto my phone and drive to a strong cell signal to get it to upload in any decent time. I can upload it on a cell signal. It's just if I want it to be at 1% a minute for 700 megs, I can, that's fine. I can do it anywhere, but I was hoping for like 2% or at least 1% like every 2 seconds. So I had to sit underneath some trees over by a bar in a parking lot that was dead empty. And every once in a while, I swear to God, there was like 6 branches that fell onto the car while I was sitting there, but nothing fell on the car. It's just the thing was dipping far enough down that it was just whacking the top of the car. I was like startled. It was like boom. Like I got done and I checked. I was like, okay, nothing scratched the roof.
That's good.
Yeah.
On the way back to the west from work, I saw probably only 5 or 6 downed branches, but they were full-on branches, not twigs.
I had to go get him from the Mac station last night because
Well, you were there for half an hour? And you heard one train go by?
Yeah. So it would have been a significant amount of time for him to get home. I mean, who knows, he might have just hit the right time. His Max would have come at a normal time, but I didn't really want to take that chance of him not even catching a Max till like 8:15 when he arrives at the station at 7:30. So I just picked him up.
Which, even with a couple delays, I was only like 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
We stopped on the tracks 3 times.
Well, yeah. But there was I think there was a branch down in downtown or something was affecting, from what Gabe said, near the Lloyd Center. And it was affecting the whole system because, you know, everything's bent on the Lloyd Center.
Yeah. It's the center of the city.
Is it? No, it's not.
That's what their marketing campaign was a while ago.
Bullshit. So, Aaron said something and I was like, was it you that said hung up? One of us said hung up and now I got the song stuck in my head, so I had to load up YouTube really fast and like listen to the song, at least part of it, because wireless digital world, I can just do it wherever I want. Pretty much. 5 years ago. Well, no. Yeah, no, not even really 5 years ago.
Couldn't do it 5 years ago?
Yeah. And there was wireless communication, there were smartphones, but there wasn't that fast.
Yeah, the bandwidth was not there yet.
It was like the beginning of 3G, 4G. Because we were like, when I got my Photon 2 years ago, 2 or 3, when we were at...
It was one of the first cheap tier, so not MUD, 4Gs.
Yeah.
So, call it a year before that, so 3 years ago. Are we really at 2 years on these phones?
No.
Right, so call it 4 years ago then. 4G was just coming out.
Because I had a Photon for a while.
Yeah, we've got LG, or LTE now.
But, no, because all the first videos on the channel were recorded on my Photon. And then we got the camera here. Then we got the phones.
Yeah.
Maybe we're on 2 years.
No. 1 year.
No, because that would have been the first year after I got the camera. Would have been the first year down here, and then that November we got our current phones, and then that September Angie moved out. Then that March we moved into this apartment. And now we're at 1 year with these phones. Oh yeah, duh. I should just go back and watch my own videos. When we got our new phones and we were freaking out and we're like, oh my God, these things are so powerful. How did your day go yesterday?
After work or regardless?
Right, you can't talk much about your work. So you were going to say, speaking of...
Angie. She's in the quality department again. On my contract. She moved off it for a while. Because they didn't need as many people because they made us smaller. But then they made us not small enough for the number of people that they got rid of in quality. and so they brought some back temporarily. Yeah, the planning on that was just bizarre.
Yeah, I would not. I mean, I get that it's kind of nice that she's not on phones and she's in quality and stuff, but bouncing around between jobs so often can be pretty stressful on someone.
Yeah.
Anyone. Although she kind of deserves having a hectic life, considering she leads kind of one as a badge of pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as how my day went yesterday, it didn't go horribly. I had a lot of short calls. It was nice. So my goal for average handle time is around 27 minutes. I had a guy who 10 minutes into the call was apologizing that he had taken so long, and we got it resolved in the next 5 minutes.
It's occasional that people
it's
apologize for taking very long at doing things.
You moved your leg, damn it.
No, it's I'm holding it up because it's this one I need to exercise.
I know, but you still moved it right as I was trying to kick your foot.
No, actually, you hit my foot, and because it's precariously balanced, it only required a bit of force because I'm trying to hold it against gravity. So when you pushed it forward, it just kind of moved forward as is. So you thought I moved it, but I really didn't.
Regardless, it was weird to me though, because 10 minutes isn't a lot of time.
Yeah, it is. But perception.
When you have to get through as much stuff as we do on the phone,
it comes your
it's
max.
not a lot of time.
Yeah. 38. Yeah. So that was a fun little exercise. I just figured I'd try it and figure out. Do I have everything? Keys well found. Because I'd seen several other like weightlifting things where it's just like a whole body thing. And I was like, that looks pretty difficult. Apparently, and then I was doing it the first time. I was like, this seems like it's going to be pretty sexy looking. So I had Aaron record me doing it. Thumbs up if it was sexy. Comment if you think I could have done it differently. Good morning, Saturday. I'm heading out to practice. You can't see him. Wait, is it? Oh yeah, light hurts in the morning, doesn't it? His eyes don't function well in the morning.
No.
I'm going to leave the camera here.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy practice.
Okay.
Hey folks, it is 9:30, which is much more when I want to be getting up. I just got up after I read for a little bit. So I'm prepping my breakfast, and then I'm going to be working on D&D stuff, figuring out some information about today's session in the campaign as a whole, and after that playing some WoW if I have free time. Teacher should be back in, if last week was an indication, 4 hours, so I have plenty of time. So I'll probably chat with you later too. So I figured since I've just done a couple cities for building out the world in my game, I would give a bit of insight into how I'm doing this, just because, who knows, it may be interesting. So the first thing I did is I went to a site I love called Donjon. It's a wonderful random everything generator. This is their random encounters generator for the road. They also have random city name, random city stats, random dungeons, inns, encounters, just everything. I generated a list, well actually about 5 or 6 lists of medium, large, and extraordinarily large metropolis sized cities. Selected a few from the random generator, dropped them into my Word file. What I'm doing now for each one of them, I build out a section based on what I have for random, So for instance, Yamhill, I have a population breakdown. The city is built around a volcanic outcrop accessible by a single road, governed by an order of sorcerers and arcanists known as the Golden Parliament. Yamhill was devastated by a magical disaster long ago, and many buildings are empty or in ruins. I took that and then built out a fair chunk of information, including an actual population breakout, a bit of description about the ruling area, why it is the way it is, and then I grabbed a program called simply the Role-Playing City Map Generator and exported an image of it. And I'm doing that for each of the, what was that, 4 major cities that I figured out. I also built some random encounters in, and why is that like that? My formatting is a little weird because I keep copying and pasting and all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is going to go a long way to helping me stay ahead of the quote-unquote game as far as being prepared, because I know that's a big portion of what I've been stressed about every other Saturday, because I don't get a lot of chance during the week to prepare. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. If you have any ideas or tools you'd like to suggest, go ahead and comment on them or send me a message. I'm on, well, if you send TJ a message, it'll get to me. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, although I don't do much D&D stuff on Tumblr. Aside from that, it's pretty much just creative writing in chunk format. So, yeah.
So, apparently Aaron did record earlier this morning. I did not have a terrible time at practice. I got home, then we had to go by, I didn't get home till like 1:30 because I had to take Tyrrell home, and then we chatted afterwards. Anyways, and then so Aaron and I went to get something to eat and dropped by Kinko's so we could print out stuff for game. See, game going, but Amanda doesn't like to be videotaped, so yeah, that's why I'm not haven't been recording recently. Anyways, so, bedroom light. Let's go in here. So, yeah. Practice did not go bad. I did not do anything. However, Willie was there, and I talked with him. I talked with Tyrrell because I had to drive him. So I got the idea is I didn't feel as bad, but I still felt bad. But it looked like all the rest of the receivers were getting somewhat injured. Like ankles and some of their knees and like their hips. One of them actually like dislocated his toe while he was out there. And I'm sitting here with like my IT band. I'm just like, I can't really do anything right now. And my brain like vindictively thought, that's right. Injure yourself now. I'll sit back and heal up, become back full strength come practice time, and I'm just gonna bust butt. And you guys are like, ow, I'm pushing myself too hard. And they're just like running at 75% all practice for 3 months, even though they can catch the ball. Plus like 2 of them are really new. Plus I'm kind of thinking that if I can be reliable to like at least dropping off, picking up and dropping off Tyrrell week after week for practices and whatnot, then, it's sort of like, well, I may not be the best player, but I do provide transportation for your star wide receiver. No. I mean, it's a great tactic, but my skills are lacking in general in terms of all the rest of the receivers. So I need to work other angles to an extent. Not like subversive angles, but like last year I showed up to every game. All but one practice, even the off practices that really weren't, that like were announced but only 5 people showed up. Anyways, yeah. And I keep hearing still say, the best are going to be on the field. Nobody's guaranteed a slot. Well, it's football. You play favorites. The quarterback has his favorites. You see it in the pros, you see it in college, you see it in high school. The quarterback of the football team has his best friend, who's the wide receiver, and he'll go out of his way to throw to his best friend. It's a game of favorites. This happens in jobs, this happens in WoW, it happens in, and if you're lucky, you can get into that little crowd, and you've kind of got it made. So I'm not trying to get into the crowd, I'm just trying not to be thought away from that crowd. Anyways, but then there's the best. And like I said, I showed up to every game. Tyrrell didn't show up to every game. Part of it was distance. Part of it, I think, his work schedule. And I think he was injured for one of them. But I know Willie didn't show up to every game. But then again, I probably could have driven him. And there's a lot of guys that didn't show up to the really far away games. Like Bellingham and whatnot. We didn't have anybody there. But Eddie and Tom are back from 7-Eleven, so I'm going to chat with you guys later. So as I said last night, I may be asking the defense coordinator about free safety. But as I think more about it this morning, my brain is like warring with me. It's like, well, if you go for free safety, you probably have an in. However, you really do want to play receiver. I mean, I really do. All the things I see myself doing, all the things, it's just like, I want to be a receiver, but right now I just really want to be on the roster. And it feels like if I go for free safety, yeah, I'll probably get a roster slot. But since defense is so new, I'll have to be practicing with the defense and the offense. So I'll have to be practicing for receiver in my off time. But I won't be playing as a receiver unless we have an away game. So it's sort of like, to me it feels like in order to get what I want, I have to shoot myself in the foot for this year. And it's again not even a guaranteed thing. And I ask myself, well, maybe you should just wait. No, if I wait till like late February and then I ask the defense guy, then I have lost a lot of time asking about the defense or practicing with the defense. I don't know which one to do. I really don't. Because I understand that versatility is a great thing. Having a second position I can do, especially on the defense, is really great. I've seen that on Euro player. Except, because like, all the guys can be wide receiver or linebacker, wide receiver, defensive back, wide receiver, cornerback, that sort of thing. They're always something on the defense. But from what I understand, a lot of people did both in high school. Again, it's 8:15. I'm running the dishwasher right now because we barely had any place for pizza last night. So yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys again when we go to the store. We'll figure out what's going on there. So we picked up more cheap bagels. $2 for like a dozen bagels. Why not? And it's
Especially since there's a croissant in there.
There's a croissant, so it's 11 bagels and a croissant. Anyways, we also found something we're checking the price on because it didn't mark it. It's just roasted peanuts, but they're smoky bacon cheddar flavored. And we also found the chocolate covered Lay's potato chips. We're not buying them. There's just a level of like, I need to still eat healthy that those do not afford. And everyone is going nuts in the Christmas section because you don't have a date on you. Anyways, see what's going on here in a bit. Yes, we're home. We have our pizza. We got green peppers on it this time instead of bacon, olive, whatever we got last time. I'll show you what the pizza looks like. The green peppers. I keep thinking they're always like long, the little like, how they look like W's or something, but they're diced. Look at that. I was talking yesterday with Tyrrell about diet and stuff, and he agrees you shouldn't, going paleo or going this, that, and the other thing. I mean, he doesn't even have protein powder, but then again, he can eat eggs and chicken, so.
All I heard was chicken, so.
Oh, Tyrrell doesn't have protein supplements. He's like, oh, I don't take any sort of supplements. But then I said, but then again, he eats chicken and eggs, so.
Yeah.
Whereas I need protein supplements just to get it up there. I also think I may eat more protein than he does. But he's kind of at a point of maintaining versus building. I think in a maintaining, you need to only have like 0.6 or 0.75 of your weight sort of thing in grams, not the 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Which would knock me down to like 130. But anyways, so got the pizza. Aaron's putting it away. So Amanda left these, and I'm just not really interested in them.
Okay.
That's why I didn't have any last night. Water.
I wasn't keeping any track of who had someone who didn't, so.
I was just telling you that I'm not. So yeah, they were $2.50. Probably open them and they're peanuts. How do they go bad? They're dry peanuts. Aaron, guess the date. I haven't actually checked the date, so I don't know.
That Let's go with June 2017.
He says June 2017. The best buy date, April 11th, 2016.
Off by a year and a month. Or year and a couple months.
Still, that is 2 years from, a year and a half from now. I can open them. Trust me, if they taste anything, we'll have a live tasting here. Opening one-handed is a pain in the butt.
There's your foot.
Ow!
That was your foot. I'm sorry.
I know. Tastes like a peanut with powdered mac and cheese sauce. That's what it does.
That is in fact what it tastes like.
Yeah, and it wipes off real fast. I would much rather just have peanuts at this point. It's not that, I mean, it tastes good.
The same price? I'd rather have those.
Same price, yeah. Because this has the initial bacon mac and cheese, but then that washes away really fast. You know what color they are? Whatever. I need to watch a movie today.
I think if it's between those and regular peanuts, I'd rather have those, but those and honey roasted. Honey roasted.
There was another one. There was like the spice. Oh, they have a pack of. They have three other flavors. Chipotle tequila lime zing, honey barbecue bash, wasabi soy surge, and buffalo blast. Oh wait, no. There's tomato basil stomp. Man, everything's just about beating the hell up out of things. Whatever. Gotta watch a movie. My fortunate Panda Express said, what was it? Be wary of things that sound too good to be true, or something like that. Of decisions that sound too good to be true. Offers.
Yeah.
Be wary of offers that sound too good to be true. And it's sort of like, well, there could be a couple things that's involving, but I looked at it and went, so I should probably stay receiver? I don't know. But I'm going to watch my movie. Aaron will probably do more WoW stuff. Camera just went down into the red. I haven't been charging you for a while. Yeah. Yes, they can burn out, but it's more or less that the gas inside them gets just sort of tired. Watch it was ASAP Science?
I think, no, it was Misconceptions.
The misconceptions about things in your house, about light bulbs. And that it was like, should I leave the lights on or not? But it was like, he said the incandescent fluorescence, which we have, I think it's anyways, the one in the kitchen. I turned it off before we left the house. And so, but I was like, I should probably leave it on because I'm going up here, waiting for 8 minutes and then...
Walking back, and he said, less than 15 minutes, leave them on. But that was for CX. Or the compact fluorescent.
Yes, the compact fluorescents, and these are just the same. Usually what people are talking about are the ones that have to like you turn them on and they go blink blink a little bit, and these are like turn right on.
Yeah.
Like these are really responsive, which means they're pretty new. I remember Dad had like the shop lights, and you'd like turn them on and like you'd actually even see the little like light go. You're like, it's engaging, but it was fun as a kid because I always thought the light was going to go to warp. So yeah, I sent the Portland Pit Bulls a message saying I want a medium shirt and a hoodie. I don't know. Some people call it merch, some people call it swag.
It's merch.
Still just putting in a thing for stuff. Someone asked about beanies. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't really wear beanies in general. And someone's like, is there going to be a car decal? And I'm like, I'm going to put one of those things on the car. But that can wait. That can wait till like, whatever. I got a bodily fluids. Not want to do that on camera. I don't know why there's been a lot of sirens going off recently. I mean, there was a lot for the windstorm, and I get it, but...
Yeah. I think stuff is kind of going crazy because it's the holidays and people aren't paying as much attention to everything as they should.
Right.
And who knows, we may have Opportunistic evildoers, bad guys, whatever you want to call them, thieves.
Oh, it's coming this way.
So there would be more police activity.
And it's going... Oh, it's an ambulance.
Also, it's been cold and people don't pay attention.
Yeah. And the fire truck. And the fire truck's coming. I don't see any smoke, so...
Probably medical.
Oh, I know. Every time I hear both of them, I always look, because...
Yeah.
They both respond. Whenever it comes to like an accident or anything like that, or like any sort of disaster, the firefighters come to do the really tough job. The paramedics come to take people to the hospital, and the cops come to do paperwork. When I had my van accident, that was it. Like the firefighters were the ones that were coming to the car and getting us all out of the cars. Whereas we were sitting on the edge of like the ambulance, and they were like sitting on the side of the road with us, making sure that we were okay, and if anybody needed to go to the hospital, and the cops were standing back in near their cars, like writing in notepads. And it's not like that was unique to my situation.
I was remembering a joke about a guy gets in a car accident. A couple of weeks afterwards, everything's taken care of, and he's in court to fight the ticket. What was going on. Prosecutor, I guess, says, well, it says here that you claimed to be fine after the accident, and now you're claiming there was medical problems. Why did you say you were fine at this accident? And he says, well, part of the accident was that I had a horse trailer and I hit a dog.
Okay, let's try this way. My arm is getting really tired leaning over that way.
You knew I was telling a joke. Anyway, and the cop comes up, sees the horse is in distress, shoots the horse. Sees the dog is nearly dead, in a lot of pain, shoots the dog. And the guy walks up to me and says, so, you hurt? Do you think I'm gonna say anything other than yes? Or other than I'm fine?
Thumbs up if you like the joke.
The horribly old joke with a huge gap in the middle.
Major gap in the middle. Because of TJ's attention span.
Yeah, you're cutting your eyebrow too.
Of course I have crud my... No, that's hair. Whatever. It's flaky scalp thing because winter just wreaks havoc.
What were you looking at then?
I was trying to look if I let the crap in my eye, but I also try to look at the color of my eye, depending on lighting. Anyways, I gotta put my hand in my pocket.